If you have a phone and a heartbeat, then chances are that you're on Instagram, and so is your ex. Now I'm going to tell you how you can maximize your chances of getting your ex back simply by posting a few photos to your Instagram account. Now this technique will make your ex miss you like nothing else, and it only works on Instagram, so stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. Hey guys, I am Breakup Brad, of course, YouTube's resident breakup expert and relationship coach, and I make videos about how to save your relationship from the brink of disaster and how to get a second chance with the one you love. And that, of course, is probably why I have almost 340,000 subscribers and 45 million views here on YouTube. So subscribe right now if you haven't already, and stick around if you want to know the exact moves you need to use to make your ex come back to you using Instagram. Now, there's over 1 billion active users on Instagram, but as far as we're concerned, for the purposes of this video, only 2 of them really matter, you and your ex. Now, if you could follow my advice, then you'll be able to make your ex miss you and feel jealous every time you post a photo on Instagram. Now remember, using Instagram is just one part of an overall strategy to get your ex back. And I've spent years crafting a comprehensive guide that tells you exactly what you need to do in pretty much every scenario in order to get your ex back, no matter how long it's been or how badly you've screwed things up to this point. And of course, I call this the X Factor, and you can go to breakupbrad.com right after this video to learn more and watch my free tutorial video. All right, and moving on, like I said, Instagram is a very powerful tool. And the best part about using Instagram to get your ex back is that it allows you to communicate without actually breaking no contact. Now, for those of you out there who haven't heard of no contact, it's basically a 30-day period after a breakup where you don't communicate with your ex in any way. That means, no emails, no phone calls, text messages, messenger pigeons, or smoke signals. You both need to get some distance from the relationship and cool off before you can begin the reattraction process. For more info on no contact, check out some of my other videos here on my YouTube channel. I've made a ton of videos already about exactly how no contact works and how you can actually use it to get your ex back. So moving on, why does posting on Instagram not count as making contact with your ex? Well, basically it's because you're posting photos for everyone to see, not just your ex. At least that's what they're going to think. And if you do it right, you'll influence your ex's thoughts and feelings without them ever knowing that you're actually trying to do it. Now, how do you do that? Well, first off, it's all about posting. So if you're not somebody who often posts on Instagram, you're going to have to up your game a little bit. A breakup is basically a time of transition, so it's perfectly normal for you to start posting 2 or 3 times a week. Don't go crazy and make it obvious that you're trying to catch your ex's eye with these posts, obviously, but do go ahead and post a bit more frequently. Now, post photos of yourself out in the world having fun. Focus on humor and keep it, always positive. You really want to portray yourself as a fun, easygoing person who isn't bitter or upset about the breakup. And you want to be doing, exciting things that make other people interested in you and curious about your life. And you also want to keep things, a little bit vague so that your ex is going to wonder exactly who you're with and what you're up to. So here are a few of the kind of things you can post. 1, post pictures out in nature, selfies and progress pics. So one of the best ways to get through no contact is by using self-improvement tactics. And this can basically just mean anything from getting a new haircut, changing up your wardrobe, picking up a new hobby, or even just hitting the gym. Whatever you're doing to improve yourself, post a few before and after photos. When your ex sees those bulging new biceps and your homemade birdhouse, they're going to wonder what else you've done to change and improve your own life. And of course, that is exactly what you want. Now, just a word of warning though, don't be too obvious about this. No shirtless selfies in the bathroom mirror, all right? Number 2 is you can post pictures of you with the opposite sex. Now, Instagram, of course, lets you share your experiences with the whole world. So you want to do your best to have experiences that'll make yourself look interesting, fun, and desirable. So with that in mind, what you really want to do is post pictures of yourself having fun with attractive members of the opposite sex. Even if it's a photo with someone that you barely know, your ex doesn't obviously need to know that. And what you want your ex to think is that you're hanging out with attractive people and you're having a ton of fun without them. Now, this by itself is often going to make them regret leaving you and start second-guessing their decision to break up. If you don't have any, hot friends or associates available to take a picture with, simply posting a photo of yourself all dressed up for, presumably a night on the town is going to have kind of a similar effect on your ex. And you do want to keep your captions, short and sweet here. Subtlety is key. No one likes to read an essay and 50 hashtags, so let the pictures speak for themselves. Now, just don't post photos here hoping for any noticeable reaction from your ex, because realistically, chances are that they're not going to like or comment on your photos, but that definitely doesn't mean that they're not looking at them and kicking themselves for ever thinking that they could live without you. And remember folks, the more that your ex misses you, the more he or she is going to be looking at your profile and scrolling through your old photos. And that, of course, is why you need to maintain a pleasing photo grid. So, feel free to delete old photos where you don't look great, update your bio and your profile picture, and share posts that you find interesting. And thirdly, take breaks. Now, this one might feel a little counterintuitive at first. How can you post less while posting more? But essentially what I mean is that you should just take a weekend or even a whole week off from Instagram every once in a while. Now, since you've been posting pretty consistently since the breakup, if you do stop for a while, then your ex will wonder, where you are and what you're up to. And of course, this is going to make their mind run wild with jealousy and regret. And really the only way for them to make that feeling go away is to start talking to you again. And mystery here is your best friend when it comes to making your ex jealous and to getting them back. Okay, now let's talk briefly here about what not to do on Instagram. These are some of the behaviors that you want to avoid if you do want to have any hope of getting your ex back. And these are especially important during your 30 days of no contact. So firstly, don't make any posts about how sad or upset you are. Don't mention the breakup and never post, negative information about your ex or your life in general. You might actually just succeed in hurting their feelings if you post something negative about your ex, but you're really just only going to drive them further away by doing that. And remember guys, no direct contact still applies even when you are posting on Instagram regularly. So, don't like or comment on your ex's photos, and never send a direct message to your ex. This kind of thing is still going to count as breaking no contact, and all it's really going to do is make you look needy and desperate in the eyes of your ex. And don't forget, that your ex can see who watches their stories. So it is okay to check every now and then, but don't watch them as soon as they appear, and don't watch all of your ex's stories all the time. Now, there's actually a feature on Instagram that you can use to block stories and posts from specific users without them having any idea about it. And this is a great way to keep your mind off your ex without actually having to unfollow them. Now, no contact, of course, can be tough because it's hard to get a sense of where your ex is at emotionally. Are they thinking about you? Are they moving on? Do you still have a chance? Just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz right now and answer a few questions about your relationship and your breakup to receive personalized advice about your breakup and how to get your ex back. Taking the quiz only takes 3 to 5 minutes, and it'll tell you whether or not you do still have a shot with your ex. To take the quiz, just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz. All right, and next, you really want to be extra careful about the accounts that you're following and what posts you do like on Instagram. Now, the people who follow you can actually see this information very easily. So if you suddenly follow a bunch of naked supermodels and like a dozen pictures of butts, your ex is going to be turned off. And don't follow your ex's friends out of the blue either. Whether or not you mean anything by it, your ex could, assume the worst, that you want to get with one of their friends now that you're no longer together. So really no good can come of that kind of thing, so just don't do it. And the next thing to avoid is something that we've all done after a bad breakup, and that's deleting all the photos of ourselves and our ex. So, don't go on your profile and surgically remove your ex completely in every photo of them, because this really just looks extremely petty and overly emotional. And if they think that you're harboring, negative feelings towards them, then that's just going to be a barrier to you two getting back together in the future. Now, if you can, keep your cool on Instagram, not contact your ex, and post photos that make you look desirable, attractive, and fun, then you can make your ex think about you nonstop and hopefully come back to you. And that does do it for this video. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have already used Instagram to make your ex jealous, please go ahead and share your story in the comments below, and I'll do my best to reply personally. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.